Hello and welcome back to IRS. We are back live and we are back for another Tier 2 race day. This time we are at Monza, Italy for round 11. We got 15 drivers. Should be 16 once a new joins, but as you can see, the rain is tumbling down and there is a wet track out there with 15 drivers all out with their wet tyres. So this should be a pretty interesting qualifying session as we got a AlphaTauri straight out onto the track, and that is Just Peak Please, who's back into IRS after having a bit of a while out due to some personal issues, but good to see him back on the track, and he will be the first driver to set a lap. He looks confident to go out there in the wet. No one else is yet to join him. Interesting race weekend we got here as well, with Red Bull potentially being constructors champions at the end of today. It could happen, couldn't happen. They need, I think this, let me just double check actually. Here somewhere. If you give me just 2 seconds. While we ride on board with Just Peak through the middle sector. A few more drivers now jumping out on the track as well. Onto the famous Monza circuit. Alright, let's see what Just Peak has got then. As he comes down the main straight with no visibility ahead, there's already a tyre in the road. And I'm not sure who's crashed out. That is the new driver who is reserving today in the Ferrari. Maker, I believe it is. But his aunt Mayor Robert, as we're driving aboard with Just Peak into Sector 1, 30.3. The first time into Sector 1. As he's got a bit of traffic ahead of him. But I don't think he'll reach them in time, so it might be all good. Trying to find the constructors food, but my Wi-Fi on my phone is just bugging up. Sector 2 is a 102.2, I think it was. For Just Peak, the validate is just there. I'm a bit wide. Who else is starting the lap? IRS LB44, who's on its controller. Soon to be Will, and he's run it deep into turn 1 and it validates, so you can tell few drivers haven't practiced for the wet. Outlaw, how does he get on? Very tentative with the braking, purpled up, also out there on the lap, leading the drivers' standings at the moment. Is purpled up. Got Alpine just ahead of him. How's he getting on through Sector 2? It is a 101.0, so well up on what we saw of Just Peak. Down the back straight into what is Parabolica, I think it is. As we're just going to say Big Ben Puts the first time in with a 131.3. Perfect up is 3/10 down with 31.6. Kovacs Milan 31.8. He's going for his 6th pole position in a row. Is Kovacs Milan. Will the wet weather stop that? As Outlaw does a 33.5. GF1 does a 32.2. But I just found the constructors' little battle here. But if Red Bull outscore Alpine by 17 points, Williams and Mercedes by 13, and McLaren by 2, they'll be constructors' champions today. I'll have to do the maths at the end of the race as GF1 runs a bit wide. IS1 with a 37.3. DMB with a 39.3. We've got PJ crossing the line. Starting a lap right now. Getting a massive slipstream there from his teammate. Or did they just mess that up? Was they both going to lap for laps and they were just too close to each other? No, I think the Russell Bird was just given a bit of slipstream. By the looks of things, IRS LB44 in validation with him. Turns his IRS on. He's going to go for a lap. Ati Outlaw with the fastest lap with a 31.1 in his Red Bull. First and third for the 2 Red Bulls at the moment. As Ati in the Alpine comes round the final corner. Crosses the line and it's going to be P5 just behind his teammate. 32 thousandths of a second. As IS1 starts a flying lap, I believe. Or did he just finish one? I'm not sure. I think he just improved to 33.5. DMB Super Skills having a bit of a moment there. PJ didn't validate his lap. Eric also invalidating his lap. Big Ben Bentz is 4.5 tenths off on his time at the moment. Into the final corner he comes. Can he snatch away pole position from Outlaw? Has a bit of a snap there. Not losing time though. Crosses the line with 30.5. Big improvement. I'm not sure why people are boxing as well. They should just put on 3 or 4 laps of fuel. Stay out on them on the wets and just go for it. Kovacs Milan. Looks like he's doing that. IS1. Nearly a second up in his time. As he jumps into the final corner. Where is his lap time going to put him? Up to P7, 32.6. DMB Super Skills, 6.5 seconds up on this time. Had a bit of a moment this place here. Manages to get it right this time. Currently P9 behind his teammate with a 139. Into the long swooping right hander onto the main straight. Crosses the line. Jumps up to P5 with a 31.8. Good little lap there. Eric into the pits, IRS LB44. Just seeing his teammate jump up to P5. IRS LB44. No improvements for him. Probably should have boxed. How's Kovacs getting on? He's out of fuel, so he's going to have to dive into the pits, purple dirt. He's on a lap, I believe, but he started it too close to IRS LB44, who is also on a lap. No, he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. He's back now. Perfect up with 31.6, just about up on his time into sector 1. Did the Mercedes hold him up into the first couple of corners? Not sure. Both Red Bulls actually on the lap. They've got a lot of time to find to try to take away pole position. Perfect up, only 2 attempts up at the moment. Not enough to even beat his teammate, who's 1.1 down on his lap at the moment. Hoping for a dry race. We don't know this, but if it's a wet race, it's good practice for these guys. As Perfect up comes out the final corner. Attempt to find his teammate. With a purple sector 3 there for him. Just peak. Sliding out the final corner there. There's a 135.5, P10. I'm sure he's hoping for it to be dry. PJ with an invalidation. 6 minutes to go here in tier 2. Invite please for Anur. He's got to be quick time. DMB has jumped onto the inters there, which is interesting to see. Does look like the wet patches have disappeared, to be fair. As Anur joins into the lobby, make it 16 drivers. And yeah, into Weber, IS1, IRS LB44 also doing this. Big vents on an outlap on wets. It's going to be interesting to see here if Inters are the way to go and people can find some time. Only 5 minutes left now, so people start making their choices as Anur joins P12 for him, because 5 drivers have yet to set a time here. Just Pete on a lap. PJ starting a lap as well. We got Atty, is he on a lap? Nope. PJ with a 31 into sector 1. GF1 starts his final lap. No one's really improving right now. We've got Kovacs, what's he doing? Matching his time. DMB super skills. Missing the first corner. I'm not too sure. I think it's wet weather still. I think he might have gone too early. IS1. Both Mercedes are on inters here, but I'm not too sure what's going on. PJ again invalidates. Eric's into the wall. And no one's improving. And there's a big crash there for provisional pole position of Big Ben Benz in the Alfa Romeo. As I'm not sure what was going on there. He easily reset the track with the Red Bull alongside him as well. I was saying Bird was coming past there, he's invalidated. IRS LB44 validation for him. DMB super skills. I'm just almost really improving at the moment. Kovacs Milan did improve actually, 31.1, and he is now a 10th up on his time as well. There's a bit of a lock up there, runs a bit wide, but carries some momentum through the corner. So hopefully it didn't cost him too much time. As we've only got just over 2 minutes to go. The two Mercedes out there on Inters, I'm very interested to see what times they do on this lap. DMB Super Skills is starting a lap now, so he might get 2 chances to go at it. But Kovacs Milan is flying here. Absolutely flying. And he finished the lap off strong. Oh, has a bit of a moment. He's absolutely sending it. Crosses the line. And it's P2 with a 30.7. 2 tenths off Big Ben Bence. We got Outlaw on a flyer. He's 3.5 tenths off on his time. Can he take back that P2 away from Kovacs Milan? Yes, he can. And he's only half a tenth away from pole position. Great lap there from Outlaw. GF1 doesn't improve. I think DMB Super Skills had a bit of a moment. Yes, he has. The Inters were not the way to go by the looks of it. We've got a Red Bull all purpled up. Starting his last lap now. Let's see what he's got. Big Ben Bence. That's his qualified over, but he still might be pole position here. Atti is on a flyer as well. IRS LB44. And one of them's got a back off there, but none of them did. Oh, that's going to cost IRS LB44 a chance to do a lap. Qualified is now over, and we're seeing not really any improvements, and Moore didn't make a lap. No one's lighting up the screen at all. Atti into the box. GF1's not improving. IS1, how's he getting on? He's not improving. No one's improving here, so that's the end of qualifying. Eric's out. Yep, there we go. Just caught that. Yeah, DMB Super Skills is not improving. Actually, purpled up here. 3 tenths up into Sector 2. Red Bull driver trying to get himself up into the top 3. Has he done it? Not quite. 2 tenths down on Kovacs. 2nd and 4th for the 2 Red Bulls. DMB Super Skills is going to be the final driver. It's across the line, all dive into the pits on the Inters. Didn't quite work out for the 2 Mercedes there. Track wasn't ready for the Inters, but on his debut here on IRS, Big Ben Bence with pole position in the wet here at Monza. About 12 seconds down on the normal dry weather qualifying session we would have had. But Kovacs Milan, his qualifying comes to an end. 5 in a row. Could have been 6. But unfortunately not, as he pops up there 3rd on board with him. As we look at the final classification. There we go. 24 thousandths of a second for Outlaw. and he could have been pole. Four drivers didn't set a time. I'm surprised by that. Hoping turn 1's going to be clean as well. Hopefully everyone remembers their brakes and lets off the throttle, because we don't want a safety car on lap 1. Here we go then. About to find out what the weather is like for the race. Oh, it's dry, sweet. No formation lap as well, so as soon as everyone's sorted out their strategy, we'll be straight into it. Hopefully there's no glitches as well. With a nerd joining in the lobby midway through qualifying. Hopefully nothing glitches up as we wait for everyone to sort out their tyres. Alright, here we go then. The lights are on. 4, 5 red lights. And we wait for the little glitch before we say, away you go. And Big Ben Bence with a decent start there. Outlaw as well, not too bad. Closing the door off to Kovacs Milan. Purpled up. Looks like he's lost a position to... Oh, who's that? Kovacs Milan, I believe. Missing the corner, missing the apex completely. Was that Atti? No, that was Atti, sorry. Kovacs Milan actually moved up into P2. No, he doesn't. Yellow flag in the background. That is just Peak and Remy, the two Alpha Tauris, all the way down the back there. Unfortunately for them. As we go back to the front of the grid. I think that was IRS to LB44 missing the corner there, but he's up to P6. We're looking at Atti on board right now, just behind the Mercedes of IRS LB44 as he runs into the back of him. Using his ERS to try get the job done on IRS LB44, who is defending into... I forgot the corner name. Ascari, sorry. Atti has lost a lot of positions there, down to P9. There's a bit of contact between the McLaren there of IS1 and Atti as well. More contact possibly between them, between the Alpine and the Williams there. Contact between IRS and LB44. And the Ferrari, who's diving up the inside into turn 1. Good move from him. As of right now though, Big Ben Bence is flying away with this on the soft tyres. Outlaw doing well to keep Kovacs behind as well, who's also on the soft tyres. 2 Red Bulls on the mediums here. Purple Up doing well to stay in the range of Kovacs for land as a yellow flag. And that is Eric and GF1, the 2 Aston Martins. So the first lap, the 2 Alpha Tauris, and then the second lap, the 2 Astons down to the back. PJ as well. I think he's been into the box. Must have been into the box. With damage, possibly. IRS will be enabled next time round. The Ferrari driver is absolutely flying here. He's already caught up to his DMB super skills. Let's have a look at the position changes quickly. He's up 10 positions. What a start. Lap 2 and he's up 10 positions. Wow. DRS should be enabled right now. Purpled up 9 tenths at the moment behind Kovacs. just about to drop outside of it. There he goes. Needs to get a good exit here, which he does. Applies a bit of IRS as well to try to stay with Kovacs. Third and fourth are first and second in the driver standings, with 3 races to go after this. This championship battle is spicing up here in Monza. Outlaw's doing great here, to be fair. I'm not sure what's happened to Kovacs, because he's on the soft, so he's fallen back from Outlaw massively. We'll just run through the, let me just find actually, the driver standards here. Purple up at 133, 21 points behind is Kovacs Milan. And we've got 3 races to go with this one as well. So this championship battle is getting spicy. Here comes the DRS for Purple Dirt. We'll just have a look at this battle though, because the Russian Burb up the inside of Ati. We'll go back to Purple Dirt, who's not close enough. So let's go back to this 3-way battle. And Nu's going for a double overtake here. And he might get the job done into turn 1. The Russian Burb though, having none of it. And that's great defended from the Williams there. And Nu then loses the position to Ati. Great little 3-way battle here for 8th, 9th and 10th. I'm not sure what's happened to DMB super skills. He's lost the position to IRS LB44, must have spun or something. But Ati gets ahead of the Russian Burb, who's now going at it with Anur again. Got Ice One down the back, getting past PJ. Let's jump back on board with Purple Up, who's still within the DRS of Kovacs. Closing a little bit on Outlaw actually. Kovacs Milan, 1.5 was the gap between him and Outlaw. Big Ben Denso, 2.9 seconds ahead of Outlaw, and he's flying away at the moment. Yeah, again, Purple Dirt is not going to be close enough for a move here. DMB super skills. As he go for a move on his teammate. No, he doesn't. He's backing off, staying in the DRS. And Nur again making the move past Rossain Burb and Ati. Nothing no Rossain Burb could do this time. Loses 2 positions, and he's gonna have Remy right behind him as well. He's managed to get himself up to P11 on the hards. So good recovery so far for Remy. And this is the little DRS train now of how many cars we've got here? 2, 4, 6. There we go. DMB super skills might have to make the move this time round. Otherwise it's going to cost both Mercedes. There he goes. And they're hunting down the 2 Mercedes. Can he make a double overtake on both Mercedes? Into the final corner. He's going for it. It's straight line speed. Could be a great overtake here. Up the inside he goes. And I think that's 4 cars in 2 laps for Anur. If he can get this DRS ahead of IRS LB44, which he does. And I don't think IRS LB44 is going to be able to do anything about this, as he slots in behind the Haas. And Kovacs Verlander's now got in the DRS range of Outlaw, bringing Purple Dirt with him, so there's going to be a battle on there for the next lap, I reckon. Back to the DRS train. It might go down to a 5-car DRS train, as I think Anur has the pace to break away from IRS LB44 this lap, possibly. Nearly 9 tenths. A bit of a moment there for IRS LB44. He's going to lose the DRS, and I think that's it. Anur is going to be off and up the road. away from these 5 cars behind. We got Remy side by side with the Russell and Burb. Gets the job done on the hards into the top 10. Good overtake for Remy. Russ. Let's have a look at this though. Championship leader is about to overtake P2 in the standings of Kovacs Milan. Up the inside he goes. And that's a good move for Purple Derp. As Kovacs Milan spins. He might lose a position to the Ferrari as well here. Well, it's not going to be alright, but Kovacs Milan is a big moment there in the championship. Spinning round into turn 1. I'm not sure if there's contact possibly with Purple Derp, but that's very interesting for the constructors as well actually. Second and third for the Red Bulls. Alpine, McLaren. Oh, who's that round? Just caught that. The Ferrari driver of Robert did actually reset the track there as well, which are not allowed. And Kovacs Milan is out. Kovacs Milan is out of the race, and that is a safety car. That is massive. That's massive for Red Bull. And massive for Purple Derp in the driver standings. Has that just changed everything in the drivers and championship standings of Tier 2 this season? This DNF could be the defining point of the season as Big Ben, Bence and Outlaw dive into the pits. Purple Derp stayed out. He's going for track position, but wow, Kovacs Milan out of this race. 21 points behind the championship leader of Purple Derp. He spun into turn 1. Later on in the lap, binned it into the wall, and that is his race over. And Purple Derp must be ecstatic, reading that Kovacs Milan had retired from the race. Unfortunate for Kovacs, but he's going to have the 3 best races of his life in Singapore, Brazil and Abu Dhabi if he wants to win this Drivers' Championship. Got a lot of drivers into the pit lane here. Eric, Just Peak, Ice1, Larashane, Burb, PJ, all being saved here as well. So, a lot of drivers now boxed onto the hards, wanting to go to the end. Some others going for the mediums. Outlaw going for the mediums, so he's definitely going to have to box again. He'll do a medium soft stint, I reckon. But yeah, that's changed everything as we wait for the safety car to bunch the drivers up. Has Purple Derp gone into the pits now? Yes, he has. Oh my god, he's just cost himself massively there. He has cost himself massively. He's going to be down into the... out of the side, the top 10. No, P10. Behind Ati. Yeah, Ati's going to get him. Purple Derp goes from the top 3 down to P10, so... oh, that's just mixed it up all again. He should have stayed up there. Shouldn't have boxed. If he was going to box, the first lap the safety car come. If not, shouldn't have waited that long, because he has cost himself big time now. Got a lot of drivers to catch up here, so safety car will be out for another 2 laps, I reckon. I'm going to pop to the toilet quickly. Right, where we at? Oh, ice one. What's he done? 3-second time penalty under the safety car. That's going to cost him big time at the end of the race. As PJ is just about to catch up, so the safety car will be in at the end of this race. Lap, sorry. Race, I'm talking about. It's going to be interesting to see the guys down the bottom, purpled up. Just Peak, IS1, Ross Amber, PJ. All on the faster tyres to the guys ahead. See if Outlaw can make a move on Big Ben Bent. Remy as well on the hards. Staying out, has got himself up to P3. So, good strategy for him, but he does have a lot older tyres compared to every single driver on the grid. The safety car is in. At the end of this lap, as you see, the lights turned off and it disappeared into the background. Big Ben Bents will lead the drivers away. There are 15 remaining into the final corner. He's going pretty quick, to be fair. He's not slowing them up too much. Wants to get on with it, I guess. As Outlaw is right behind him, waiting for him to go. And there he goes. Remy's into the pits. What's Remy doing? Oh, Remy should have just stayed out. Outlaw going for the move. He's not going to be close enough. We've got IRS LV44 flying past the move there. Absolutely flying past the move, but he's missed the corner. No, he hasn't. Just about made it. Everyone in the background. Two Mercedes all over him here. Here comes DMB Super Skills up the inside as well. The latest on the brakes for DMB. Both Mercedes up to 4th and 5th. There's a yellow flag, and that is Remy, I believe. Yes, it is. Remy is around after coming out of the pits. IRS LB44 with a penalty. There's Eric with a moment as well. Maybe he had cold, hard tyres. And we are on board with Outlaw. Into the final corner. He's used a lot of VRS already. He's still using a lot of VRS. He wants to get this job done. Everyone's draining their battery. Here comes Outlaw though, to the inside of Big Ben Bents. Into turn 1 he goes. And Outlaw takes the lead of this race. Is there any more movements? Atti's off the track. He's going to lose his position to Purpled Up and put himself down into P9. I think PJ just had a bit of a moment with Just Peak. Trying to go around the outside of him. 4P10. Just Peak with the better straight line speed up the inside. There's always a bit of contact. And PJ spins round. I'm not really sure who was at fault for that. Let's go back to the front though. Because again, there's a movements for P1. Here comes Big Ben Bents. Back into the lead. As well as Robert trying to make a move. And Robert's run deep. That's him at the battle for P1. DRS now enabled. Big Ben Bents has saved a lot of DRS compared to Outlaw here. Oh, who's that? Atti's completely missed the corner. He was lucky he didn't run into someone then. He rejoined safely enough though. And that was risky as hell. Here comes Outlaw. Still not close enough. The Rustang Burb also getting a penalty. Here comes Ice One. Up the inside of Just Peak. Who runs into the back of him there. Yeah, unfortunate. DRS is now enabled. And we're on board with Outlaw, who's trying to get the job done on the race leader. Robert's already caught up, which is interesting to see there. I think Andor's getting past GF1, Purple Derp as well. Having a look at IRS LB44, who does the chicken for DRS. Runs a bit deep though, so it might have cost himself 3 positions there, IRS LB44. Here comes Outlaw for the race lead into turn 1. And I'm not sure what's happening there because it's all glitchy for Outlaw. But Big Ben Bence keeps P1. Purple up into P5 now. With GF1 up into P6 and near P7. IRS LB44 did drop down to P8 after all that. On board we have Robert the Ferrari with Outlaw ahead of him, attacking Big Ben Bence. Does he go for it again, Outlaw, or does he back off? He has backed up as a yellow flag, and that is Eric. IRS LB44 losing a position to Ati as well there. I feel like Big Ben Bence is just trying to slow these guys down and go to the end on his hard tyres. Outlaw going for the move though, with his DRS turned on. Bit of contact there between the Alfa Romeo and the Red Bull. Purple Up moves up into P4 now past DMB Super Skills. He's probably struggling with them softs already. And Noor gets past GF1. Strong race for Noor, who is up 8 positions. Back to the battle for a race lead. Here comes Big Ben Bence, saving the DRS for the main straight. Doesn't want to make the overtake just yet. Still got loads of DRS as well. He's not even pushing. As much as Outlaw is pushing, there's nothing he can do right here, look. Already passed. Oh! No, that looks a bit dodgy. What was that in the background that just shooting across the screen? Oh, and there's contact between Outlaw and Robert. They will stay in the same positions though. Interested to see what the mediums do here. Will they be going to the end? Is there rain coming here as well, possibly? Because the clouds are getting darker. Purpled up with DMB, Amur and GF1. Not too far behind. Back to the top 3 there. Alpha, Ferrari, Red Bull. In that order. Just over 10 laps to go. I wonder if Outlaw got any wing damage from that turn 1 incident. Doesn't look like it. Oh, it's the camera. That's what it was. No moves this time round. Purpled up. Trying to break away from Anur, who's got DMB super skills right behind him. IRS LB44 trying to defend from Just Peak. There's a bit of contact. Slowly gets the car around. And I think it's going to start raining now. The clouds have got so much darker. IRS LB44 swoops around the outside and says, I'll take that right back. The Rustain Burb as well. Also going for a opportunity on Just Peak and loses the position to his teammate. He runs wide and that's him out. No, it's not. Oh, he saved that well. Good save from PJ. I thought he was going to bin that. Still gets the DRS as well. But honestly, it looks like it's about to start raining. I hope it does, so the IRS turns off. That'd be interesting to see who's fastest and where. Robert, not quite close enough for a move this time round. Anur is close enough for a move though. There he goes. Past Purpled up. Into P4. The hard tyres are starting to look better than the mediums now. I'm not sure what the guys on softs and mediums were thinking. They should have went for the hards. Unless they want another safety car, then should have boxed for the mediums or softs. But the guys on the hards right now are loving life. This is where they're going to start to feel a lot better than these medium runners. Anur might even get a podium out of this. He's got 9 laps to go. 8 seconds to catch Outlaw. I think Outlaw might box. Same with Robert. There's no way they're doing about 18, 19 laps on these mediums. If they do, then fair play. And they'll lose this time. Robert trying to get into P1. Not quite close enough. Purple Dirt's going to take the position back from Anur. GF1 is going to take the position from DMB Super Skills. Anyone else with the DRS? Not quite. IRS LB44 boxed for a brand new set of softs. GF1 with a 3-second time penalty for multiple corner cutting. One of 4 drivers now picking up penalties. Back to the top 3. Just having a look. Right now at the constructors. Williams on 1 point. Seven. So right now, Red Bull Racing would be constructors champions if it stays like this. They need to finish 17 points ahead of Alpine, which they are on 27 points right now. That is rain. There is rain. This race is going to end in rain, so scrap that. I'm not even going to say anything about the constructors now to the end, because anything can change. Anything can change in this race now. No wonder the guys on mediums and softs box for softs and mediums. Let's look at this weather. It's starting to rain. Eric with about 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane, unfortunately. Dives into the pits early. Do they box this lap? We'll go around one more time. We're about to find out. Top 3. Who boxes early? Who goes around one more time? They will stay out one more lap. Don't blame them. Track's too dry at the moment. You gotta wait for that sweet spot. That sweet moment. Robert did get past. Pep it up, stays out. Amir stays out. DMB stays out one more lap. Eric boxed for mediums as well. Oh, he should have stayed out one more lap. I'm waiting for these inters. Has anyone else done the bottom box? PJ's in. 5 seconds for him as well. Let's have a look at the track. And it's still dry weather. PJ's onto the inters early. With IRS still enabled. That's a bold strategy for him. As Big Ben Bence gets a 3-second time penalty, making a move on Robert. Has a bit of a moment as well. And that could have cost him the race win. Here comes Outlaw to the outside. I thought about it, not quite close enough. They're all sliding about now. I think it's time to box. Yeah, Big Ben Bence is in. They're all in. Oh, Outlaw's got wing damage. Outlaw's out the race. No, he's not. I don't know what Outlaw was thinking there. But Outlaw could have just cost himself, or has cost himself a chance to win. Completely. Purple Dirt's going to have to stay out because of that as well now. 5 seconds for a new. Everyone's head's going. The rain has come down. The last 5 laps and everyone's heads are disappearing. GF1 stays out. He should have boxed. He's on the hards. He's going to find it so hard around this. Like, there he goes, runs wide. He's going to find it so hard to even finish this lap along with Purple Derp. This is Robert's race to lose now, technically. Outlaw needs a moment with Big Ben, Dent and Robert to win this race. Remy stayed out as well. And all the penalties now. Look at all the penalties from everyone not being able to stop into the pits. Position changes are massive. It's going to the tyres again. Remy misses the corner completely. That's changed up the whole race though. Everyone's so far away from each other now. Remy's Atti's out. Safety car. Now what is going to happen? Now what is going to happen? Outlaw's been saved. Drive-through penalty for the Russell Burb and PJ, both Williams drivers. Purple Derp's into the pits. GF1's into the pits. Purple Derp might rejoin P3 here, possibly. Let's see. Down the pit straight he goes. Nah, Outlaw get him. Outlaw would just about get him. Maybe actually, maybe not. Purple Derp. He's going to get P3 now. GF1, where does he rejoin? Maybe just out in front of Anu? Nope, because Anu's into the pits. DMB super skills. Up into P6. Remy's going to be able to box now. IS1. Going to get ahead of Anu as well. PJ somehow up into P8, but I think he's got a drive through, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. Both Williams have drive through. Oh my god. Both Alpines are out as well. So for Red Bull, that is literally everything they could ask for. They just need to finish 17 points now ahead of Alpine, which they will do if they just finish 3rd and 4th. Williams are going to have 2 drive-throughs. They're going to be out of the points. And they need to outscore McLaren by 2 points. Oh, sorry, Mercedes are there as well by 13. 8 points for DMB. Oh, so right now DMB, is he taking it? No, he's not. Yeah, Red Bull can still be constructors right now, even if DMB finishes 6th and IRS 7th. So can Red Bull hold on to it? Eric's so far back as well. He's literally nearly a lap behind, so in the wet as well, trying to catch up with the safety car is horrible. Like he's going wide and everything. Alright. This is going to be a crazy ending. 2 laps. Safety car might even be in at the end of this lap now. So Eric might not even get the chance. But Rostaine Burb has retired in the pits because he knows he can't score no more points. Yeah, genuinely, I don't think Eric's going to be able to catch up. Can Purple Dirt somehow win this race? Or can Outlaw somehow win this race getting past Robert? Because the man in the lead, with his 3-second time penalty, he's going to be knocked off the podium unless he has some mad pace in this wet weather. "14 positions for Robert as well. Nah, safety car will be in next lap, so Eric's got just over a lap to try and catch up here. He's had 1 lap and he's not even halfway around the track caught up yet. That's how hard it is in the wet to catch up with safety car. It might be alright. It's definitely going to be in at the end of this lap though. So he has to catch up this lap. How's he getting on? Oh, that's going to be tight. We've got to do qualifying laps in the rain here, just to catch up. Safety car will 100% be in this lap. He's not going to make it, I think. Oh, that's going to be close. Safety car will come in just about now. Maybe, yeah, there you go. Oh, I'm so good with it. Every time, cool with it. But, Eric's not making that, unfortunately. If he does, that'll be so lucky. But here we go then. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout in the rain. On Inters for the race win here in Monza, round 11. What can the 2 Red Bulls do about the guys ahead of them? Oh, Eric still might catch up here. Nice. Oh, I don't know. Here we go then, and the Big Ben Bence has sent it. Purpled up, using all his areas IRS to try to get the move past Robert into turn 1. Then he runs into the back of the Ferrari. Is there any moves in the background? I know side by side with PJ by the looks of things. Struggling for traction. Outlaw's having a look at Purpled up. Oh, Outlaw was thinking about them, thinking about the move. Does look a lot faster right now in the wet weather than Purpled up, but they need to pass Robert to get the race win. But Big Ben as well is absolutely sending it. He's using all of his ERS here. There's moves in the background. PJ getting past IRS W44, I believe that was as well. IS1's all over the track. Go back to the battle for the race lead. Here comes Robert, he's flying down the straight. 5 tenths behind, we're on to the last lap. Who's going to be on this podium? We have no idea as of right now. Purple Dirt's run wide, that's going to allow Outlaw past. Bit of contact between the two Red Bulls. They can't throw it away now, they just need to finish like this and they're won, the constructors. Robert's going to win this race though, if he doesn't make no mistakes or get a penalty. Purple Dirt's going to lose a position to Outlaw. There he goes. Outlaw did look a lot quicker, to be fair. I think Outlaw could have won that race, possibly. But it's not going to be for him, it's going to be Robert. Who's actually flashing with fuel, so is Big Ben Bence. Right, they're going to make it to the line, I think. This should be all good. Into the final couple of corners we go. IRS LB44 picking up the time penalty. For the final time then, into the last corner. Big Ben Bence is going to take the win on track. Or is he? Because Robert just made a massive mistake. Yes, he will. Robert takes the win on his debut. Outlaw's going to get third. Purple Dirt gets fourth. DMB Super Skills in P5 after all that. So we're just going to double check. We will just double check about the constructors after this race. GF1 P6, Remy P7, Ice1 P8. Another P9, just Pete gets into the points there. 100%. Just ahead of IRS LB44. PJ down to P12. And I'm Eric P13. But 27 points for Red Bull. They needed to outscore. Let me just double check again. I think it was 13 points. My Wi-Fi is bugging out on my phone. Again, let's just get the classification quickly. There's your top 10. Alright, where is it? Right, so they needed to outscore Mercedes by 13 points. 27-10, so that is a 17-point difference. They've outscored Mercedes. Alpine, they needed to outscore by 17 points. There we go. Both Alpines DNF'd. and Williams by 13 points. Both Williams outside of the points. McLaren, they needed to outscore by 2 points, and they've done that. So Red Bull are Season 7 Tier 2 Constructors Champions, and congratulations to Outlaw and Purple Derp on that one. Great result for the Red Bull drivers there. Let's just give a shout out to the top two though. Robert for a debut race win, and Big Ben Bence for a debut podium. Great performance for them guys. But yeah, thank you for watching everyone. That's been Tier 2, Round 11 Monza. Back next Sunday for Singapore and Round 12. So we'll see you then. Peace.